My name's Ryan McGovern. I'm the General Manager of Electronic Security here at Independent Locksmiths and Security. I've been with the business for about 15 years. Independent Locksmiths and Security was started in 1971. It was a typical trade business started by my parents. So my dad was a locksmith technician and my mother did the books, and now it's grown to one of the leading locksmith and security companies in Australia.
Well, I would have been around about 19. I'd finished my apprenticeship with a company called Parramatta Locksmiths, a guy called Mick Birrell, and we were having Ryan at the time, very early, my son, and we moved into a flat, and there was a phone in the flat, and we went, wow, that's pretty handy. So after a few months of preparation, I then started, I bought a van, an old Comet van, and me and Stephanie started the business. Then suddenly we had another 10 people after 5-6 years, and then we had another 5 people, and now we've got about 64 people. Because we do a lot of work for people like Woolworths and Harvey Normans and people like that, where we do it nationwide. And we do that by using subcontractors that are part of the Master Locksmiths Association. Back in those days, everyone was on their own, and we had some gentlemen that got together and they started the Master Locksmiths Association in New South Wales. And I got involved with that and eventually became the president of the association in New South Wales. And now it's an Australasian association.
My passion is technology, so when I joined the business, not being a tradesman, I wanted to move the business into that direction. So there's 2 brands that we run in Security Vision Networks. One is SecCloud, which is a cloud-based access control, intruder detection and building automation system. So people can use a web browser to control their buildings anywhere we can get an internet signal. Then the other brand is SecWatch, which is a virtual guard service. So where that works is we marry up high definition cameras with the alarm systems to overlap those, so that when an alarm comes through, the images are popped up on the screen for an operator straight away. The operator can issue an audio challenge down to the intruder to tell them to leave, and with that visual verification, we have the opportunity to let the police know of the incident. simPRO handles this well through its multi-company setup. So we can run a separate company with a separate ABN. It has separate invoicing, catalogue, etc., and have it feeding through to a second account in Xero. So it gives us that flexibility to be able to grow the company and grow into different revenue streams and still use the single platform. The job would be printed out on 4 pieces of paper, which would go to different parts of the business, and then we would follow them. That piece of paper would go around the warehouse, the workshops, eventually make it out onto the road with the technicians. We'd have to wait for that paperwork to come back before we could process to the next step. There was a lot of double handling with data. It's a brilliant system to be able to take a quote, going out doing the survey notes, taking any photos, attaching any plans, then when that quote is won, converting that to a job, not having to enter any more data, then the job gets sent out on Connect, then the information comes back, the job's completed, it gets converted to an invoice. From a service management point of view, it really is beneficial to be able to have on one screen SimTrack, so you know where all of your resources are, the scheduling on one screen, so you know what you've got, situational awareness of what jobs everyone are on and what stage those jobs are up to, and then your job list.
There's a lot of people that work very hard, but the profit margins aren't really good, and that might be because we've got low margins on the customers they're working with. So we have to either accept that because the customer's a long-time customer, is going to be with us for many years, or we have to say we have to put our prices up to pay this guy's wages.
In terms of reports, we can see a profit and loss per job. So if the job's been quoted, we'll have an estimate on it for resources and materials, and then we can see what actually happened. We've been part of the Master Locksmiths Association since its inception last century, and they have an award called the John Andrews Apprentice of the Year Award. Last year we were over the moon that our apprentice Zach won that award.
Now the world's changed, and would it have changed with me and my manager of 38 years? Maybe not, because us putting anything into any computer is like, where the boys are just all over it. So it's a new generation, and it's very exciting.